It is Vlogmas day number 2. Wow, we got this thing started off yesterday for Vlogmas 2020, and I am on track for being consistent 2 days in a row. Started yesterday with day 1 of Vlogmas. If you don't know what Vlogmas is something that a group of creators in this virtual space got together to really kind of push and motivate and encourage people just to be consistent in putting out some content. And so what Vlogmas is, and again, I repeated this yesterday, I said this yesterday, I'm going to probably repeat it every day because I want you to do it. I want you to do it too. Vlogmas is where we're saying from December 1 all the way through December 31, we're going to be putting out, and I'm going to be putting out a video, a vlog every single day. I'm going to do it late in the day. As I mentioned yesterday, some of them might be live, some of them might be produced, etc., etc. The content is going to be based on what you see down here about this channel. To Wittig, this is what I think I know. So we're going to go ahead and get started. By the way, my name is Anslem, A-N-S-L-E-M. Anslem Paul is my name, and this is my channel, so welcome. I am just a beginner in this thing, and this is kind of me feeling my way around. So this is what you're gonna see. You might not see everything that you expect from a YouTuber, or in this day, what I'm doing today is actually gonna be my first time trying to do a tutorial, because I want to teach you how I made that opening countdown timer. So I'm gonna walk you through the process of how to make a countdown timer, like you saw when you started watching this video. If you caught this video midway through, then go ahead and rewind it all the way to the beginning, and you'll see the countdown timer that I talk about. Of course, you're going to see it again in just a few minutes. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're just going to jump right in as soon as I kill some of this music that's going in my ears. Let's do something a little different here. I don't know. Let's try that. Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. So the way that I made my timer, very simple, very easy. The software that I did it in, it's going to be amazing to you, for some of you. I made it in Keynote. Yeah, if you've got a Macintosh and Apple, then you already have Keynote. It comes with the software. It's part of the software that comes with the computer when you bought it. You can even do this on an iPhone or an iPad, because that comes with Keynote as well. And so I'm going to show you how I made mine, if I can remember how to do it. Now, I'm doing this live, so I'm not going back and being able to edit anything that I mess up or whatever. So you're going to be along with the ride with me today. Maybe I'll go back and edit this and make it a little bit more concise once I do all of my mess ups, which I'm sure I'm going to do. But yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to take this off the screen just here in a minute. But again, I want to encourage you, if you're in this space and you want to get better at what you're doing, join us. Again, there's a whole bunch. Just Vlogmas, tag your thing, Vlogmas 2020. It's like Christmas, but Vlogmas. We're trying to gift ourselves some skill sets and some talents and some discipline that's going to come by just putting content up every day, at least for these 30 days. All right, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you into my screen. So you're going to be able to see my screen, my workspace, what I'm working with, and then I'm going to shift and I'm going to see if I can make this work. So I'm going to switch. Oh, by the way, so I am also using Keynote, but I'm also using an awesome program called Ecamm. Ecamm is the live streaming software that I'm using to do all of this stuff that you see all around me here and to stream this. It is a Mac only program again, so this is really a program that's really for Mac users. However, I think the basic concept of what I'm getting ready to show you will probably work with PowerPoint if you can export your files as a PNG file, or even some of the movie stuff that we'll see. I'm not quite sure how it works with movies with PCs, but I'll show you how we do it with Macs. All right, here we go. Oh, and by the way, I gotta also say this as we go into this demo mode. That a lot of what I learned in the Ecamm community, specifically by Bradley Vincent. I'm going to throw his link in the section below, description below. go and check this brother out, because pretty much all of what I learned in how to do this, I got from watching some of his videos, and he's a pro at it as far as teaching you how to do it. He'll probably be more concise and easier. I'm learning my way through doing this tutorial stuff, but if you want to really get a professional to show you how to do it, go check out Bradley Vinson, and yeah, I'm sure he'll appreciate the support as well. All right, so this is what we got going on. Oh, and thank you, Bradley. Bah, you the man. Okay, here we go. So I have already opened on the screen, over there on the screen, you'll see this is the Keynote. When you open that up, that's there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and open any file. It doesn't matter. We're going to open this one. So this is opened up here. Let me see if I switch to a screen. It's now going to make it just a little bit easier for you to follow along here. So I'm going to stop. Oh, I need to go back to this one here, and we're going to come out of the live demo. You saw that screen, but now we're going to shift directly to the Keynote screen. Boom. All right, here we go. So first thing I'm going to do in order to create that countdown timer is I'm going to get rid of these these windows that are here. So boom, bye, and boom, bye. Just deleted all of those pre-made text here. Gonna make that a little smaller. Okay. All right. Next thing I want to do. I want to figure out, I want to create the frames of how this thing is going to look. So I'm going to take my picture here, and let's just pretend that this is what's going to kind of be in the center here. I'll move this later on, and let's kind of assume that no, I don't want to do this because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm actually going to make me smaller and move me out the way. All right, sorry about that. Here we go. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to the top, and I don't know if you can see that. I can't see that on my screen. All right, so let's see if we can. There, that might help you a little bit more. All right, we're going to go ahead and come up top. We're going to grab a shape. I'm going to grab a circle. Circle pops up. I'm going to drag from the center of the circle, put it somewhere about here. Then I'm going to hit my shift key before I do any dragging. Hitting the shift key means that the circle is not going to lose its, it's all going to stay the same diameter all the way around. So I'm going to hit the shift, I'm going to drag it, and I'm going to drag it until it gets about there. Oh, I let go the shift button too quick. That's what happened. So let's undo that resize. Let's grab the shift again, and we're pulling. Now, there we go. All right. Now that's close to what I want, but I want that all the way off the screen. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Want those top and bottom of the circle to be all the way off the screen, so that gives me more space in the middle to work with. That's about where I want it. Now I'm going to find the center. There it is. Boom. So that's just about what I want. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this circle, and I'm going to go to the fill. Right now that's the fill, and I don't want any fill whatsoever in that circle. So I'm going to come here to color fill, and I'm going to select no fill. Boom. So now you can, the yellow is on, or the circle is on top, and the regular thing is on the bottom. Now, there's one thing else I've got to do. So I've got that done. So let's leave that there for now. Normally I would do this in the other order. I'm going to come now, and I'm going to select a rectangle. This is a square, and I'm going to take this and make it fill up the entire frame all the way, right? So we've got that. I'm going to click here. I'm going to send it to the back just so that we can see it. I'm going to change it a different color so we know that that's what that is. So we've got a circle that's here in the middle. Remember that it has no fill in it at this point. And we've got this rectangle. What I want to do is I want to cut this circle out of this rectangle so that there's an empty space in the rectangle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, while this circle is selected, I'm going to hit my shift key and click the rectangle behind. So now you can see all of these points are now all selected. That lets you know that both the square and the circle are selected. Now I'm going to come over here to arrange. Once I get to the arrange window, I'm going to come right down here and hit this subtract button. And boom, what the subtract does, it cuts a hole in the rectangle in the shape of the thing that was on top, which is the circle. So now I've got this cut out. Now, next thing I want to do, and I don't really have to, it's not really any particular order that you have to do this in, but now I want to make sure that the actual slide itself, the background is transparent, that there's nothing there, because I need the other things to show through there. So I'm going to come over here and I am going to go back to format. Oh, that was, we were already on format. I'm going to take the background of the slide. Same thing I did with the circle. I'm going to do to the entire slide itself and go with no fill. That's going to turn that background black. But what that means is that anything that now behind that is going to show through. Now, here's the other piece with the, so this red piece now, this is going to frame out that countdown timer. You can go with the color like you have red there, or you can take an image and make the image be the sides of that. So I'm going to take an image that I already had cut out, and I'm going to drop that image over top, on top of the slide. I think I missed it there. Did I miss it? Let me not. Okay, let's try it one more time. All right, so let's try it again, and I'm gonna make sure that those nothing here is selected. That was what happened right there. So make sure that nothing here in this window is selected before you grab your JPEG and drop it in. So boom, there's this JPEG that I have. Just dropped it on top. Nice, colorful, bright little picture there. So now this is on top, but this is what I'm going to do now. Now I'm going up to the top of the screen and I'm going to hit format. I guess you guys can't really see that either just because of how I have. Let's, what shall we do? I want to make sure you can see what's going on. So, oh, yeah, that's what's going on. The picture is too small. So we need the picture to go ahead and to cover the entire slide. So we're going to take one of these handles here on the corner and just drag it and make sure that we've got the entire thing covered. That would have been a problem. All right, so now we've got that entire thing covered. But I want to, I'm going to send this to the back. Let's do that. Let's send it to the back. Distribute objects. Da, 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 da. Okay, fine. Let's not send it to the back. But we're going to come up here to the top of your menu. I know you can't see that just because I'm not showing that, but we're going to go to the menu, the drop-down menu in Keynote that says image. So you're going to go to format, and you can see this drop-down here, and then we're going to go to image and then mask with shape. Actually, I don't even think that's what I'm trying to do. This is the problem about doing this stuff live when you haven't really practiced. Edit the mask. Okay, so this isn't quite doing what I wanted to do. I think it's masking right now. All right. So, all right, let's hold off on this then, because I'll fix this part in a minute. So I'm just going to move this bad boy out the way, and we're going to go ahead with the other parts, because I think the other parts are just are going to be important for. Oh, I guess it did work, and I didn't realize it worked. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. It had worked. I just needed to hit the done button. Boom. So there it was. All right. So now there we go. We've got this thing worked out here. Let's cover up the whole, grab that. We've got the whole square covered. And it was this done button right down here. Okay, so now that's done. Now let's go back and grab another circle. This circle, let's give it some color so that we can actually see what color that circle is. And let's put some yellow there. Okay. So now again, I'm going to grab the shift button, hit the shift button, pull the circle open, open, open. Let's move this back to the center a little bit. Again, I'm going to grab the shift button, make this circle just a tad bit bigger. And is that good? Let's go with that. Let's make sure it's centered. Now, this time I'm going to get rid of the fill, but I'm going to add a border, and I want a line. So there's a line. At this point, the line is black. Let's pull it back into grabbing that yellow. So there's a line. Now, this is where things get a little fun. So this circle now, we're going to make copies of this circle and place them on top of each other. But I want this to be dots, as this thing just kind of bumps in and out. I want it to look like tiny little circles. So I'm going to change the line from a straight line to these little dots right here. That's going to give me that effect. So at this point, I'm going to now copy and paste this same circle, same dimensions, copy, paste. So now you see I've got two circles there. This time though, I want to change the color of this circle because I want a different color. So I'm going to change this. Let's change it to a red. So we've got a red, and now I'm going to slide this circle right back on top of the original circle. So I want to get that lined up, and I'm just using my arrow keys to do this, just to try to be as precise as I can with it. The dots on this don't really matter that much, how precise it is, but it'll certainly make it look better. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to paste one more time. I've got one more yellow circle now, but I'm going to change it to a different color. Let's put a white in there, and then we're going to slide it back on top as well. Put it right on top. Try to match it up perfectly there. Good. Then we're going to hit another one. So we've got another yellow circle now. Let's make this one blue. Good. And now we're going to slide it back up. What really kind of helps too, if you pick colors that are kind of match or complement the colors in the color scheme around in these areas here. So it would have been better probably if I had picked some, pinkish and orangish or whatever those colors are. Just the whole color palette is gonna make a big difference there. Okay, so now now I've got 4 circles here, and I want to animate them. So I'm coming over here to animate. I'm gonna open up this build window. Can you see that? I think you can see that. Let's move it away from there so you can see that a little better there. Okay. All right. So now I want to take this, I want to add an effect to this circle. And the effect that I want to use is I want this thing. Well, as you see here, you can see what these things are going to do. Blur, compress, that doesn't do what we want. Dissolve doesn't do what we want. Drift it. We want to make this thing look like it's kind of a pulsing. And so we want it, this is a drift and scale. This is probably more what we want. So let's go ahead and hit that drift and scale. It's going to be a little different than what I have in my opener. But let's go ahead. Let's use the drift and scale because that looks like that's going to be a very interesting effect. So now, as you see, this popped up over here. So now I've got, this happens on click. I don't want it to happen on click. I want it to happen after the transition and 0 seconds after that. So now that's that. Now I want to find the other circle. Now the other circles are behind this one. So I got to figure a way to get behind it. I'm just going to drag it off so I can click the one behind it, and I'll put it back in just a minute. But I'm going to add the effect, go here, do the same thing, drift and scale, boom, and I'm going to do it after build 1, and I'm going to keep it at maybe 0.10 seconds after build 1. Now I'm going to move it again just so I can grab this the other one behind there, and same thing again, add an effect, drift and scale. We're going with after build 2, 0.1 second. We're going to drag this one more time and then grab the red one, exact same thing. Did I miss it? I think I missed it. Now, nope, I still am. Yeah, I guess I am on it. So yellow one, oh, it's the orange one or yellow one that I missed. Drift and scale, boom, and we're going to say after build 3, 0.10 seconds. Now I think the red one is the one that is still centered, so I'm going to spend this time and drag all of these right back on top of each other as they were, and from here on out I will be able to select these by this panel over here to take any action on any of these that I want. So let's see what that looks like. I'm going to hit the preview button. Boom, that's the blue one, goes away. The white one goes away. The red one, and then the yellow one should come. All right. Now that's a little slower than I want them to be. So this one is whatever one was last is selected here. I'm going to come over here and hit this duration piece, and I'm going to bump that down to about a second. Actually, I want them to go quicker than that, so I'm going to go down to about 0.5. Now I'm going to click over here, click on this second one, and I'm going to take this one down to 0.5 seconds. And I'm going to click on this one, do the same thing, all of them down to 0.5 seconds, and then we're going to take a look and see what that looks like. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now let's go ahead and hit the preview, play it. Yeah, so that's going a little bit quicker there. Now keep in mind, you say, well, that's not long enough for a countdown. Keep in mind, at the end of this, we're going to turn this file into a movie file. And when you, for those of you that are using Keynote, not Keynote, using Ecamm, when you bring this movie file into Ecamm, you're going to loop it as a video. And so it's just going to hit those four bumps. It's going to do it, but it's going to loop. So you don't necessarily need it to be very long. Boom, 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 boom. I think I want to add one more. You guys want to add one more? Let's add one more. You guys, it looks like there's, yeah, let's add one more. So let's just, we're going to say copy. Oh, nope, not on that. There we go. We're going to come here, say copy and paste. And let's get a decent color. What color do we want this one to be? Let's make this one this pink one. Let's see if we grab this kind of pinkish mauvish into the color of that darker color in the flower there. Now let's line it back up. And since I copied and pasted what was already there, it's already got those settings in there already. So let's go ahead and hit this preview. Yeah. I like it. Okay, good. Now we're going to do this one more time, but watch what happens now. So I'm going to say copy and paste. So we've got one more here, but this time I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller. So I'm going to hit my shift key, grab one of these handles, I'm going to make that smaller, but keeping the shift key means it's going to be the same size circle or same dimensions of the circle, just smaller. All right, that's about good. I'm going to come back and change this one though back to a solid line. Yeah, there we go. So this solid line, and we're going to do everything that we just did one more time with some subtle with a difference that's going to show you, kind of do what you saw in my opener or in my countdown timer screen. Okay, so we've got one circle here, and we're going to go ahead, and this time I'm going to change it here and say after build 5, I want it to go with build 1, and you'll see why. Now actually I want it to go at the very top. I want this one to go at the very top. So this one needs to be at the very top of your build order, and we're going to beef this up a little bit. It's at 5 points. Let's make it a little more. Let's get it up to about 12. Let's start off with a solid white. So let's see what that looks like. So right now you should see these other circles just kind of, what's going on? There we go. The only problem is that this white circle, I need it to stay there the entire time. It's seeming like I gave it an out and I didn't. All right. Doesn't matter though, because we're going to build some more on top of this. So copy, paste. So now we should have 2 white circles, and I still just have 1. So another way to do this copy and paste thing is to hold down your option key and just drag. So select it, hold down your option key and drag, and there's our other circle. Let's give it another color. Let's make this one green. Not green. Let's get a shade of blue in there again. Okay, put that there. All right, now line it up on top of the other one. No, before you line it up. No, it doesn't matter because it's in the thing. This time though, we're going to change the animation. So the animations that you saw on the other ones was drift and scale. These animations is where we're going to find that nice fuzzy sparkly stuff. So instead of drift and scale, I'm going to come here and I'm going to hit sparkle. Let's just preview. What does sparkle do? Yeah, that's what sparkle does. So sparkle, but we're going to up this this time. Let's make it 225. Let's see what happens with that sparkle. Do we get yeah, there's that sparkle. Okay. That might be a little slow. Let's take it 175. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. That's a little bit better. Okay. Man, this is crazy. I feel like I've gone way too long. I've been in 30 minutes already, and I'm going to do this in parts. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to stop this project right here at the 30-minute mark because I want to make sure that you stay with me and that I don't lose you. So we're going to stop the project here right in this space. We're going to pick that up from this spot on tomorrow. So you got to make sure, let me change this screen back. You got to make sure that you come back tomorrow to catch where we go from here. First time I did this, it took me like 10-15 minutes to make this thing. I don't know why it's taking me so long today. I think this forum and context is making me a little nervous. I don't know. No excuses. We're gonna make it work. So hit me back tomorrow. We're gonna be right here again live at around 10 o'clock tomorrow evening to go ahead and pick this up in part 2. Thank you for checking this out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so when I do go live you can go ahead and follow along, and make sure that if you yeah, look at some of the other ones that I have up on the channel, but this one in particular, we're going to get through this so that when we're done, you know how to make this countdown timer. I'm going to let you see it one more time. I'm actually excited to see how this one is going to turn out, because all right, so your, that's not what I wanted. There we go. So yours is going to be able to look something very much like that if you're following along and doing along what we're doing here. So have a good night. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you for stopping through as I engage this Vlogmas challenge. I feel like this one was really kind of whack as far as how long it was taking, but we're going to do better tomorrow. God bless you guys. Have a good night.